They are the most exploited and abused beings on the planet. So many people say they love animals. They're not considering the 98% of animals who we share the earth with this country with. They name dogs and cats. They might name the lions and the zebras, but they don't think about the cows and the pigs and the chickens and turkeys who feel, who suffer, who embrace life, who fear death, just like all of us, who have unique personalities, who are self-aware. We don't give them the chance to be who they are, and that's a tragedy. And for me, my journey is I actually did some undercover video for PETA in the early 90s, and then I did undercover video for Farm Sanctuary in 2002. If we could all see these things, if we could all see how these animals live, we would realize that their lives are nothing but suffering. And we're a society that celebrates bacon. Oh, I love bacon. Bacon makes everything taste better. Here's my bacon tie and my bacon cupcake. And, you know, and what's so surreal is that pigs are the 4th smartest animals on the planet. And we shouldn't base our compassion on intelligence, but look at our schizophrenic relationship with these animals. And we are just 2 of agents of change and people who are trying to bring about awareness. And so our mission is twofold. We rescue animals in need, love them immensely. We're so thrilled to give them the light that they deserve, but we also advocate on their behalf. So people who come to the sanctuary on a tour, you know, we're open on the weekends, April through October. We get lots of people through our doors. Maybe they think we're a petting zoo, and then we lay the truth bombs on them. But the thing is we've got to be their voice, and we've got to do it in a way that's not alienating to people, realizing that for those of us, you know, not everybody in this room is vegan, and we applaud anybody for any steps that you're taking, because it's intention and not perfection, you know, and that's really important to say, you know. So we all go about it and we do what we can, but just moving away from animal products as best as we can is something that we can do. And also learning to, you know, how to answer those awkward questions, and when you feel really alienated, being able to speak effectively. And that's something that we're going to be able to do more and more at the sanctuary. We want to have adult camps, maybe some vegan adult singles camps. You know, it's not all about the kids. We want to do kid stuff, but we really want it to be a community building place. We need to have solidarity. It's a magical thing to meet the animals. That's why we feel like sanctuaries are such an important and an amazing form of advocacy, because meeting these victims who we never meet. How often do you get to meet a cow or a pig or a sheep or a goat or a turkey? But also to be with them in an environment where they know they're safe and they're loved and they're treated with kindness and they have names and not numbers. And to see them come out of their shells and to be who they are is a really powerful experience. So we're like a vegan making machine, I like to say, right? So there was a big seizure that happened with over 100 animals. Some guy has a restaurant, was raising and killing his own animals on site. Some neighbors complained. You wouldn't believe the deplorable condition that at least the animals who were locked in the barn, the way they were living. Some of the goats had something called ataxia, and basically they're so sick, they're so full of parasites, they can't use their back legs, and they were dragging their back legs. Pigs living in stalls that were this thick with their own poop. You couldn't even breathe going in there. And to be able to give these animals a second chance of life. And we're barely scratching the surface, but what's amazing is that these animals are ambassadors for all of them. And that's what's really important. He would buy all these animals from auctions, raise them. On site, there were body parts everywhere, bags full of body parts. The animals could hear the other animals being slaughtered. So even though, but let me point out, like, animals suffer horribly in factory farms, but this guy is probably, he owns a restaurant, and this is one of those local meats. It's local. They're grass-fed. And we're given all these terms to make us feel a little better about the food choices we make, but make no mistake, there's very clever advertising industries behind these places. The milk, the dairy, egg, and meat industry have very powerful lobbyists on Capitol Hill. And so we must take a look at it. We must educate ourselves about it, and we must not refuse to see with our eyes what they must endure with their bodies. So that's not my quote. That's Gretchen Weiler. I just stole that quote. We have so many animals, so many mouths to feed. We give every single animal the veterinary care, the life that they deserve. It's not like we show more favoritism to the goats. Every chicken, if they have an ailment, if they have something that we can take them to the vet, why are they any different? We should all be on the same level. And we love each and every one of them. So please support our work. Come out to the sanctuary. Bring a friend or a family member. And, if it's an awkward thing you've been talking about with them, let us take care of it.